Are you aware of any operational plan in Pennsylvania to send to deal with illegals that we know are going to come flooding in? And as they come flooding in, they get dispersed throughout the country. We've got multiple reports that many of them are just flown into Wilkes-Barre and dropped off there. Does Pennsylvania have a plan for this, Doug?
There is no plan. The administration has not shared the plan with the Senate or the House. We saw this last year with Tom Wolf. John, what happened is that we see a direct flight from El Paso, Texas, on the Mexican border there, and by Juarez, and direct flight. Now, good luck trying to get direct flight yourself if you're a station with like the Third Armored Cavalry Regiment trying to get back to work or something. You can't find a direct flight in Fort Bliss, Texas. And the planes will show up in Hazleton, in Wilkes-Barre, in Harrisburg, in Lehigh Valley, small airports, regional airports included in that. And suddenly buses will show up and they'll pick up the illegals, mostly kids. We had one plane with 121 passengers arrive, and 113 of the passengers were kids, minors. That this raises a lot of questions. Where are they going? Who's responsible for them? Who's going to be their adoptive parents until they're linked up potentially or plausibly with their biological parents, and shipped off to unknown places across the state. We had this also happen in Erie, Pennsylvania. We've asked the administration for answers on where the kids are going, and and basically we got this ambiguous nonsense, John, that they're on their way to different locations. That's all they would tell us, and that's the accountability we're getting. So taxpayer dollars can be used to prop up these kids. We don't know where they're ending up in the state here, and it's causing a lot of concern.
Senator, why the total lack of transparency to even senior elected officials like yourself, head of committees? Why?
Yeah, I mean, it begs a lot of questions. What is going wrong here? So we have a busload of minors. That right there is an issue in and of itself. But why aren't they with their parents, what have you? And then if not, they should stay down on the southwest border until they're linked up with family members. My own wife, Rebby, helped rescue a lady that was here. This guy brought her up here and told the border agents that it was his daughter, but actually it was a 14-year-old girl they had kidnapped in Guatemala. It had nothing to do with that. It wasn't a family member, and basically used her as a sex slave. Bound her, apparently, according to her, bound her in the basement in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, my district, for a few years until she was able to escape. And my wife tried to help her. And after this, she was set free. And so that this kind of thing is going on in Pennsylvania. Sex slavery is important to me. Rural Pennsylvania now has the border at its doorstep.